Yeah, Obeng Mensa, welcome to the show, my bro.
Yeah, sir. What's good? What's good?
Nothing much. We got Yao on the show again, a repeat guest, an update episode. My dog Yao, my past teammate. Talk to
Yes,
me
sir.
about what you got going on right now, what you've been up to recently.
Man, we're up to been chilling, working on my game in the gym. Hella schoolwork, a lot of schoolwork. Now that I'm in D1, like I gotta pick up the pace. I got like hella math work. Like I'm in entrepreneurship, media communication. So like got a lot of work to do. But I'm just hanging in there, bro. Chilling. What's good with you, DJ? What's up, man?
Same old, same old, same as you. Just
Yes,
school
sir.
ball, the show, school ball, the show every day. Same as before. Just a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
bit, like you said, a little bit more intense, a little bit more updated, a little
Mhm.
bit more organized.
Yeah.
Same old, same old. For people that haven't watched the first episode with Yao, he's from Toronto, Canada, Toronto's finest. Talk to me about your upbringing in Toronto, bro.
Yeah, man. Toronto's a beautiful city where I come from, man. Like I've been there for like my whole life, man. Like I came down to the States for a good 3 years, been here, chilling, working on my game and stuff. But I'm born and raised in Toronto, man. I never forget about my city. Love my city, man.
For sure. Recently, I've been seeing even more, even since our last episode, we talked about it, the growth of basketball in Canada, but I've been seeing more guys from Canada up and coming on the scene, going to the NBA. Talk to me about basketball and how it's grown over the past couple of years and how it's grown since last year.
Man, like basketball scene in Canada is really going a lot. Like it's growing like big. Like I didn't even expect all this to grow big, honestly. Like I'm seeing all of these young kids like getting the exposure that they really need and stuff like that. I'm seeing all of these kids like dunking at a young age. I'm like, wow, like never happening at my time. So I'm actually happy and excited that all these kids are growing, getting like a feel more of the game better. And like Canada basketball, hey, we're coming on top. I'm telling you, you're gonna see a lot of Canadian basketball players in the league soon. There's more in the league now, but just wait on it. Wait on a few years.
For sure. I definitely could see the upward trend, even from the last time we had the show, even from this time last year. I started about a year ago. We had the same conversation. We talked about a lot of guys that were in the league that were from Canada. I definitely could see the upward trend in basketball in Canada for sure. Last year was our second year JUCO ball at Santa Fe College. Talk to me about last year, some of the things that went on last year, what you were able to accomplish last year.
Man, I honestly could say last year was a rough, but also an exciting year. Like, of course, COVID hit, things didn't go the way we wanted it to go. But I'm glad that like right now, like we're all at a spot, like, you're at a school that, that can teach you more about the game and stuff. You compete at a high level. I'm at a school too that can compete at a high level, So it's like the opportunity that we had our sophomore year, like I'll never forget it for sure. Cause like COVID hit and it was like, it hit our team really bad, honestly. I remember that time when we all, like 5 of us got like COVID. So we had a big layoff and like, it was crazy, like crazy, crazy. So I'll never forget our sophomore year, honestly. I loved it for sure.
For sure. I think I would say the same thing. It was pretty much bittersweet for me. I
Yeah.
didn't have that good of a year. I got hurt. Then we had COVID
Mhm.
and it just didn't go the way that I thought it would go or the way that I wanted to. But I've
Yeah.
definitely learned a lot about myself. We learned a lot about our team. I think COVID was probably just the biggest factor in how our team's success and how everything went last year. When we
Yeah.
first got to school, it was pretty rough. We started off like real slow. We could only have a couple of us in the gym at one time. We were shooting,
Yeah.
getting our own rebounds. Just talk to me about how we kind of progressed throughout the year with it as far as COVID goes.
I mean, I'm like, well, all of that stuff happening with COVID and like us shooting on our own basket and stuff, like it really hit us. It's like, damn, we didn't prepare for this moment. Honestly, nobody prepared for this moment. Like separating us like as a team and like, like doing our own things. Like we weren't really ready for it. But like we like throughout the weeks and stuff like that and the months, like we came together as like a team, like, just like to bond more. Like of course, like COVID, obviously, like we gotta, be apart like from each other 6 feet. But like as a team, like, I'm actually like surprised as a team, like the way we like accomplished the goals that we accomplished in our sophomore year. Cause like you said, we started off very slow. Honestly, like we're our record was like not too good. But then again, like after the season kept going, like we started to like pick up the pace, and I was very excited that we did that as a team.
I would say there definitely was a lot of ups and downs, but I think it made all of us just mentally stronger. Um, Looking back on it now, like it just felt like the worst thing for me personally, because I had COVID at one point. Our team had COVID. I got injured and I missed a lot of time. And there was a lot of time I wasn't really playing and stuff. But like looking back on it now, as bad as I thought it was, like I just tell myself it could have always been worse. Like I could have missed the whole season versus a couple weeks of the season. We could have had our season canceled. Like a lot of teams didn't even get an opportunity to play at all. So I think it was a blessing that we were able to even get on the court and compete and do what we loved. I think also with the limited resources that you have at JUCO, like I think our coaches and like our school, like and us as players, we handled it all pretty well. Like we didn't have that many shutdowns at all, except for that one shutdown for a couple weeks. But I thought
Exactly.
I thought we did pretty good. We handled it pretty well for sure.
Definitely.
We talked about how difficult it was of a year, how memorable of a year it was. How did you stay locked in and like focused on your goals, the goals that you had at hand?
Well, for me, like I stayed like locked in since day one. Like COVID or without COVID, I stayed locked in since day one. Like at the beginning of the year, like I got hurt myself. Like I had like I don't know what I had. I had like a crack at the back of my kneecap on my right knee, and I had to go through all of that therapy, and, like take the swelling out my knee and stuff like that. So like those times, like I know it was rough, but like I told myself that I gotta stay locked in because my team needs me that season. So like I told myself, let me just push through this injury, like play through this injury, like throughout the season, and then here I am right now. Like the goal that like where I am right now is like I'm like damn, bro. Like I couldn't believe I did that with a crack at the back of my kneecap on my right knee. Because of course you need your knees to play basketball. Of course, you need your knees to run, like do more stuff. So like I was actually proud of myself for accomplishing like a big goal, like going throughout the season being injured and stuff.
We talked about the ups and downs of the season that we went through last year. Talk to me about what you were able to accomplish personally and how did you live up to the expectation that you have for yourself?
Yeah. So like my expectations like at the start of the season was to, lead my team into the conference championship. Like I tried to do that, like, like my freshman year as a freshman, but it's like we came short, like losing to Eastern Florida and stuff like that. So like after that game, like I had a mindset saying that my sophomore year, I'm gonna come back harder and stronger, work hard on my game so that I can lead my team into the conference championship. That was the expectation I came in like as a sophomore. And like even though we didn't exceed that expectation, I'm still glad with the process that I did myself and also as my team, because like my team, we actually worked hard throughout this COVID stuff trying to go to where we're trying to go to, because we're all trying to go to the places we want to go to. So it's like I'm very excited about like what we did and the outcome I came with.
For sure. I think the process is really just like what I'm just always gonna remember the most. Like for me personally, it was definitely really rough. It was hard for me to stay locked in because I was out for like a good amount of time. Like your injury happened at the beginning of the year. My stuff kind of happened like right smack in the middle. And then when I came back, I just wanted like I think my expectations were a little bit too high of myself. Like I wanted to just come back and like kind of keep on track with what I was doing the first couple games of the season. I just knew how hard I had worked leading up to the season, working on my game and stuff, just working on my game, and what I expected of myself kind of wasn't realistic after missing so much time. And it just led to me being a lot more frustrated and down on myself than I should have been. But I think the process of that year or last year is something that I'll always remember for sure.
Yeah, definitely.